Uh, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Saad Kareem. Let's resume where we left it in the previous class. The main methods of pricing strategies, cost plus pricing, involves estimating how many of the products will be produced, then calculating the total cost of producing this output, and finally adding a percentage markup for profit. The method is easy to apply. You could lose sales if the selling price is a lot higher than your competitor's price. For example, if the total cost of making 2000 chocolate bars is 2000 and you want to make up 50% profit on each bar, so you would need to use the following calculation. And the formula for that is total cost divided by total output into markup. This cost plus pricing would be useful, especially for Chase, for Imtiaz, for say, Hyperstar, and so on. Competitive pricing involves putting pricing in line with your competitors' prices or just below their prices. Sales are likely to be high as your price is at a realistic level and the product is not under or overpriced. In order to decide what this price should be, you would have to research what price your competitors are charging, and this costs time and money. For example, a company wants to sell a brand of soap powder. It needs to sell it at similar price to all the other brands available of consumer will buy their competitors' brands. Or if any brand is going to come into the market, so they have to look into how much Dawn is charging, how much Big Parlor is charging. If the price is 60, so they are going to launch it at 57 or 58. Psychological pricing is an approach when particular attention is paid to the effect that the price of a product will have upon consumer perception of the product. So psychological pricing is an approach when some particular attention is paid to the effect that the price of a product will have upon consumers' perception of the product. This might involve charging a very high price for a high quality product so that high income customers wish to purchase it as a status symbol. It could also involve charging a price for a product which is just below a whole number, for example, 99 cents is just below 1 and creates the impression of being much cheaper. Supermarkets may charge low prices for products purchased on a regular basis, and this will give customers the impression of being given good value for money. It ensures that sales are made by reinforcing consumers' perception of the product. This may be its brand image when the price set high. List, little sales value is lost by putting the price just below the price the business want to sell the product for. The competitors may do the same and so reduce its effect. Due to the technical issue, I'm going to repeat both points again, competitive and cost plus pricing. Now, cost plus pricing involves estimating how many of the products will be produced and calculating the total cost of producing this output. And finally, adding a percentage markup for profit. The method is easy to apply. You could lose sales if the selling price is a lot higher than your competitor price. So you have to do the homework. You have to look into how much the competitor are charging, and then you can apply that percentage of the profit, 30%, 40%. But first, look into it how much they are charging. This costless price will be particularly useful in case of Chase, Imtiaz, Hyperstar, and so on. Competitive pricing, especially just like I gave you example about the Dawn bread and all, that or the bake parlor. If you want to get into the bread industry, so you have to look into how much they are charging. If they are charging 60, so you can start with 58, and so. Similarly, if you want to start packaged milk, so you have to look into how much good milk, milk pack, and all purse are charging. Penetration pricing. Penetration means to enter into the new industry. So especially at the introduction phase of the product life cycle. So this is really feasible. Penetration pricing would possibly be used when trying to enter a new market. The price would be set lower than the competitors' prices. It ensures that sales are made and the new product enters the market. The product is sold at a low price and therefore the profit per unit sold may be low. For example, A company launches a new chocolate bar at a price several cents below the prices of similar chocolates bar that are already on the market. If this is successful, consumers will try the new bar and will become regular customers. Price skimming. With price skimming, the product is usually a new invention or a new development of an old product, and therefore it can be sold on the market at a higher price, especially for the niche market, if you say, or price skimming. For example, Bata and prices, Bata and service, they are selling joggers and at around 3,000, but Nike is selling at 20,000. So this is what price skimming. Same is the case with the iPhone and the Samsungs. They are charging high price. So if your product is unique, if you are distinct from your competitors, so that would be really feasible for you. So again, with price skimming, the product is usually a new invention, just like I told you, or a new development of an old product, and therefore it can be sold on the market at a high price. For example, Lexus prices are higher than Toyota, even they are from the same company. And same is the case with the Magnum from the walls. Cornetos is at a regular price, but Magnum at a higher price. People will pay this price because of the novelty factor. The product will often have cost a lot of research and development, like a Lamborghini, Armani, or maybe a Rolex watch. And these costs need to be recouped, or maybe 4K TV. Sometimes the high price can be due to the high quality of the product. Skimming can help to establish the product as being of good quality. It may put off some potential customers because of the high price. For example, a new game system is invented, it will be sold in the shops at a very high price, much higher than the existing computer game system because it is new and has better graphics than the old systems. Consumer will be willing to pay the high price. This way, the business will earn high profits, which will make the research and development cost worthwhile. Promotional pricing would be used when you especially at the product life cycle, when the product has reached to its maturity phase. That for example, we have iPhone 10. So we have to do a lot of promotions. 11 is at growth, and 12 is on the introduction phase. Promotional pricing would be used when you want to price the product at a low price for a set amount of time. It is useful for getting rid of unwanted stock that will not sell. So, for example, right now, summer clothing. So we have a promotional pricing, and when the winter ends, so we have a winter deal for that. It can help to renew interest in business if sales are falling, especially in the COVID time when we have a lot of promotions going on. Since sale is really low, the sales revenue will be lower because the price of each item will be low. For example, at the end of summer, a shop might have a lot of summer clothes left unsold, just like I told you. It might have a sales offering buy one get one free, which we call it bog off, or just like ideas do it 50% up to 50% off, 70% or I mean, I was just reading it today. I got a message from diners that flat 20% off. So if it is flat, so it is flat. You don't have any hidden deals as well. This will encourage customers to buy one item in order to get the second free. They're talking about the bug off, buy one get one free, and it will clear the end of season stock. However, the shop will not make much, if any, profits on the clothes, but at least it will get some money for clothes that it might not otherwise have been able to set at all. Dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing happens when customers are split into two or more groups, and they are charged a different price for basically the same product or service because they have different demand levels. Firms do this because the price sensitivity of these two groups is different. Some customers will be very price sensitive, and firms will need to be careful not to put the price too high, or they will lose customers. In contrast, other customers, often business customers, are not price sensitive, and firms can charge a higher price. For example, airline regularly use dynamic pricing and charge different prices for all flights to the same airport and different times of the day or different times of the year. Ask your parents if the price of flights is the same during the school holidays as during term time. Dynamic pricing can also be used to reflect the level of demand. That is, if demand increases, then the price will be raised. And in times of low demand, then the price will be reduced. For example, at American football game, ticket prices often change to reflect the increased demand for tickets at popular games, and when the game is less popular, the price is reduced to encourage sales and fill the stadium seats. Some effect of dynamic pricing are increased sales revenue, increased profits, ensuring all seats are filled. Example on an airline football games, high cost of constantly changing prices for business, high cost for customers in terms of time spent trying to find the best price. Now, let me give you some examples of Pakistan. For example, IPL games when the tickets are short, so two spectators who are watching the match, they are sitting side by side, but they pay different because first one on the buy it way early, but the second one he just buy a day ago. So when we have a short time, especially whether it's a airline ticket or whether it's a concert ticket or IPL, so we have to pay more. Same is the case. Three students of CIE in the business studies, they are sitting in the row, but all three have paid different prices. This is what we call dynamic pricing. Because of the time, we have second penalty, we have third penalty. So this is how it's going to be. And when we have Marine, Nathiagali and all northern areas in the season, the room is going to be a different price. In off season, is going to be different price. I hope you understand. Now let's have a, revision for the marketing mix pricing. There are ethical issues with some example of dynamic pricing because thanks to new technology, firms can track the buying history of customers and then charge higher price for products when they buy them these products online. This is compared to other customers who appear to have lower income from their past buying history. These consumers are charged lower price for the same product. So this is really cruel on the part of the business. So they have to be unbiased with the customers. Now, pricing strategy, cost plus pricing to cover cost and ensure a certain profit is made, price skimming to make higher profit and recoup research and development cost, penetration pricing to enter new markets, dynamic pricing charge different prices to customers to the same product or service depending on time or level of demand. Then we have psychological pricing like the Bata pricing 99, 699, 799, 999, and it applies everywhere, pizza, even the cars as well. To affect consumers' perception of products, competitive pricing to maintain market share, and promotional pricing to increase sales. Okay, this is how it's going to be for that. Now, when we speak in terms of, say, let's review when we are going to use the pricing strategy before we end up this. If what are the reasons when we say to try to break into the new market, business adopt a new pricing strategy to try to increase its market share and to try to increase its profits and to make sure all its costs are covered and a particular profit is earned. So whatever we say, just have a wrap up that what we study so far, and to conclude the role of pricing decisions in the marketing mix when deciding a price for an existing product or a new product, the business must be very careful to choose a price which will fit in with the rest of marketing mix. With the rest of the marketing mix for the product, for example, if a new product is of high quality, is to be aimed at consumers who have a lot of money, is wrapped up in luxurious packaging, but as a low price, consumers will not think it is a good quality product and will not buy. Some products are sold in very competitive markets and price will have to be set near to their competitor price. Other products are the only one available in their markets and so consumers may be willing to pay a high price to have one of these products. Okay. So, I mean, all exotic chocolates, perfumes, we know that they're supposed to be wrapped up in expensive packaging. Otherwise, consumers are not going to buy. On the other hand, it is all right that if it's going to be a regular packaging with the FMCG products, fast moving consumer goods, daily use items. The pricing strategy we studied so far are cost plus pricing, then we have competitive pricing, promotional pricing, we have psychological pricing, we and dynamic pricing, and last but not the least, we have price skimming. So, inshallah, we are going to continue our lecture in the next session as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next class. Allah Hafiz.